Hey guys, so today I just wanted to go over how best to use your mock exam report card, what the Fraser's mock exam report card actually looks like, and how you can use your mock exams to actually build your learning and not just be passively doing mock exams. So the first thing we'll look at obviously over here is the report card of a sample student. So if we look at their Fraser's predicted GAMSAT scores, 49 in section 1, 65 in section 2, 46 in section 3. Not the best scores overall, but hopefully with this directed learning from the mock exam period, they can see a healthy amount of growth that should hopefully see them get a better mark overall. So over here they have their raw scores as well. They have the raw scores of the cohort, and then they have their percentile within the cohort. So let's add a bit more specificity to that after looking at their overall performance in section 1 and 3. If we take a look at section 1, we can see where they're landing as an individual, and that's where you'd be landing in terms of the overall bell curve. So again, you can have a comparative understanding of where you're at in terms of the section as a whole. Sometimes when you're doing other mock exams at home, you're wondering, am I doing good or am I doing not? Like, is 40 out of 75 a really good mark or is it a really weak mark? This is something that'll be able to tell you depending on the cohort average. Same with section 3, section 2 as well. Understand where you're positioned. Now, this is the most important part. So as you do the mock exam, you'll go across different questions, and then once you've done the questions and you're looking at your report card, you'll be able to look at, for each question, what is the skill type that's being tested, and at the same time, what is the question type as well. So once you know both the skill type and the question type, you can start to identify your strengths and weaknesses, and with the help of the tutors as well as your friends and your study buddies, you can kind of get an overall view on what you want to be doing, how you want to be progressing, and the ways you want to go about improving. Right? Same story with section 3. You have a look at the reasoning types, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and then once you've done the questions, you'll know how to go about actually improving, right? So over here we have a sample question, a sample section 3 question. We take a look at it. Once we get our answers back, we can ask ourselves, did I get this question wrong because I don't really understand the content? I need to go revise all of this stuff on enthalpy, on concentration, etc., kind of re-understand this concept as a whole. Or is it that you understand the concept, you don't need to look at the theory, but what you do need to look at is the underlying skills, the methods of analysis that might be missing. So that's the way you can go about improving as well. And with your report card, you can look at each question, what is the skill that's being tested and what is the area of study. But then you also have the data that you can track your overall patterns, right? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? So if we look at this student, seems like they're quite weak in worded comprehension, whereas in comparative information and interpolation, it seems like they're quite close to the average. They're not too bad, right? And that's in the space of the science section. And then with the theory, it seems like they know everything that they need to know about biological systems, whereas animal biology, it seems like they're quite weaker, so they know where to revise, what to do. And then once you know where to revise and you're trying to understand the answers, we have the video answers that you can look into for each question. Each set of questions, comprehensive video answers where all of the questions are broken down in terms of both the theory that you need as well as the skills, and then written answers on top of that, just for those questions that you got right and you don't want to spend too much time, but you just want to kind of understand it a bit better. And then on top of that, if the videos aren't enough and you need further explanation, we do have communities. We have a Facebook group where all of our students and tutors interact with each other. So whenever you come across a question that you, even after watching the video, you completely don't understand, you can post the question up there, and other students and the tutors will be able to interact with you and help you clarify that. So this is the process that you want to go through with your mock exam reporting. You can kind of understand what your strengths and weaknesses are, and then with the help of your friends as well as the tutors, you can think about a directed process of learning such that you can actually go about improving instead of passively doing the mock exams, watching the video answers, just like, taking it laid back, not really looking for a method of improvement, and then the next mock exam comes, and then the next, and then the next, and then it's the GAMSAT. So using the mock exam report card, hopefully you can have a method of improving and actually have direction in your learning. Thanks, guys.